Hello, everyone, and welcome to Thursday morning. It's Stephen Whiteside here from the uptrend.com. In the pre-market this morning, stock index futures are currently trading below fair value, being led lower by the NASDAQ, and the NASDAQ's being led lower by NVIDIA, which the futures have been down all night since NVIDIA reported yesterday afternoon. Now, commodity prices are higher this morning. Gold's up $20 or so, and we've got crude oil up 75 cents. So that could help the Canadian stock market. We've got jobless claims coming out at 8:30 this morning, and they could certainly change the direction of the futures in the pre-market. Now, I wanted to start off this morning doing a little housekeeping. We've got just a couple of announcements. We do have a new North American phone number. We got rid of the local lines and consolidated everything into one number. We were just getting too many spam calls. We don't actually get a lot of phone calls every day. We do use the phone for doing one-on-one tutorials, but otherwise we don't get a lot of phone calls. But when you get 30, 40 spam calls a day on each line, it's just time to give up and move on. Now, we also are trying to improve our email deliverability. So if you're getting our daily newsletters, we're starting to send them from this email address. So if you could add this to your contact list, newsletters at theuptrend.email, that would be great. That would help with email delivery. And we're having a Black Friday sale this week. If you have never subscribed to the Uptrend, this is the time to save 30%. If you're a current subscriber and you've got a monthly or yearly membership, you could upgrade those from monthly to yearly, yearly to a 5-year plan, and save 30% using the coupon code Black Friday. Now, today, of course, is the NVIDIA reaction day. On Tuesday, we closed higher, generated a new short-term buy signal. On Wednesday, we actually pulled back, and now on Thursday in the pre-market, we are trading lower. So we're going to wait till the market closes this afternoon before doing anything with NVIDIA. We certainly got the news last night. The market's digesting it. Lots of people are going to comment on the news today. And we're going to wait till the market settles at 4 p.m. before doing anything to see how the market digests all of that news. Now, NVIDIA is right up at the top right-hand corner of the screen. We were trying to get it to break out above 150. If we start breaking down here, then 137.50, 131.25 are the next targets. The rest of the sector is already on a sell signal, so NVIDIA would just be joining the rest of the sector. Now, the NASDAQ 100 is still on a daily sell signal, no change there. That would change on Thursday with a close above $507.03. We closed once again above the $500 level, but certainly traded through it. And there's the Magnificent 7 ETF, had an inside day yesterday. Looking for a close on Thursday below $50.66. 3 of the 7 stocks are already on sell signals. That's Amazon, Meta, and Microsoft. Now, Bitcoin is up in the pre-market this morning, heading towards 100,000, and we'll have to see what Bitcoin does at that big round number. It's up over 3,000 in the pre-market this morning, and of course, right now, we need to close below $83,905 to give us a new daily sell signal. Not expecting that to happen on Thursday. Now, Wednesday had all the makings of a big bullish reversal day. We drove down once again to the lows during the day, and then the pros came back and bought the market going into the close. So another big reversal day, but we didn't really make any gains. We are still trying to break away from that high from last Friday. And you can see the pros are still in control here. We haven't broken down below the tether line. So anytime that the pros are coming in at the end of the day buying the market, they still want to, remain in control. And that's certainly the case going into Thursday's trading action. Now, what they didn't keep control of yesterday was Target, which is down nearly 22%. Now, the market has been indifferent on this stock for quite a while now. We know that the market hates Dollar General and Dollar Tree, and we know the market loves Costco and Walmart, and investors are still willing to buy the dips on these stocks. Target, on the other hand, the flypaper channel was trading sideways and the stock was stuck in it. So it didn't really have buy me vibes to it at all. Of course, if you want to be successful in this sector, you want to buy the stocks the market loves on a dip. And we're certainly not seeing a dip right now for either Costco or Walmart. Now, the TSX is up at the top of the panic zones, early warning signal. What's going on? We're still on a buy signal here. We'll probably trade higher today with gold and crude oil higher, but we're trying to break away from 25,000. So far, we haven't been able to do that. You can see we've got some additional targets to the upside if the TSX wants to keep going from here. And the TSX has been having a great 2024. You can see a series of higher highs and higher lows, and we're just putting in higher highs right now. So the first tell that something new is happening is if we start breaking down below this low here from a couple of weeks ago. That would be the first sign, and that would be the first sign that the pattern is changing where we stop making higher lows. So that hasn't happened yet, but we'll keep an eye on that going forward. Next up, let's take a look at the commodity ETFs, and we've got crude oil, which traded above the upper channel line yesterday. It didn't close above it, closed down slightly on the day. We're up in the pre-market this morning and could end Thursday on a buy signal, which would join gasoline and natural gas already on a buy signal. The natural gas ETF has filled this open gap, so it's no longer in play. We do have this one up here that could certainly be the next target to the upside. The UNG was up 6.34% yesterday. The Beta Pro 2X natural gas ETF was up just under 13% on the day. So a nice day for that particular ETF, trying to break away from the high from a couple of weeks ago. So let's see how that works out on Thursday. Looking at Canadian energy stocks, they were up 1%. U.S. energy stocks were up 1% and a tick. So they're basically back in sync now. The U.S. market had that big pop off the election, which didn't affect the Canadian market. And so now it looks like those sectors are back in sync. Looking at copper pulled back yesterday. It's still trading below the lower channel line. Copper stocks are in the channel. Close above $43.03 would give us a buy signal on Thursday. The GLD is back on a buy signal. We saw a small pullback in the GDX yesterday. On the Canadian market, we saw a small gain, just up 5 cents. We're in the open gap there, and we're looking to be buyers on Thursday morning with the price of gold moving up. Looking at the junior gold miners in the U.S., they had an inside day yesterday, pulled back. A close above 48.14 would give us a buy signal on Thursday. Agnico Eagle on the TSX, second day of a buy signal, going up, filling that gap. Looking at Barrick, it's now on a buy signal as of Wednesday's close, and it still hasn't filled the gap just yet, but may do so on Thursday. In the U.S., Newmont is still on a sell signal in the channel there. A close above $43.27 would give us a buy signal. The bottom of the open gap is at 43.49, so hopefully they can take out the bottom of that gap on Thursday. Looking at the silver ETF, we are looking for a close on Thursday above 28.59 to give us a buy signal. For silver stocks, we're looking for a close above $36.85. Next up, let's take a look at the New York most actives from Wednesday's trading action. Of course, NVIDIA was number one, which we've already covered. Mara, number two, back on a buy signal as of Wednesday's close. A pullback yesterday for Supermicro. Yeah, there's a mathematical opportunity up to the flypaper channel, but I wouldn't take it because you're one press release away from the stock dropping another 50%. The pros certainly don't want to take control of this stock at the moment. Looking at NEO, making a new low for this move yesterday and then closing higher on the day. A close above $4.89 would give us a buy signal on Thursday. Then we had a new high there yesterday for Grab Holdings. Congratulations. Nothing going on for Bitfarms, just treading water here, still on a sell signal. MicroStrategy popped to the $500 level yesterday. It's continuing to move higher in the pre-market this morning. So if you took money off the table at 500, hopefully you've still got some shares left, because even when you're taking money off the table, you never want to give up a stock until you get kicked out, like you got kicked out of Ford as of Wednesday's close. Not a stock I'd be wanting to trade anytime soon. Tesla inside day on Wednesday, no change in trend there. No joy for Lucid, closed lower on the day, looking for a close above $2.24 on Thursday. And then last up, Palantir having an inside day on Wednesday. A close below $56.80 would give us a sell signal on Thursday. Now, moving on to the Canadian market, Enbridge had an inside day on Wednesday, no change in trend there. Then we had Canadian Natural Resources still trading in the channel here. A close above $47.84 would give us a buy signal on Thursday. We had Manulife trade in the channel for the past 2 days. A close below $44.41 would give us a sell signal on Thursday. Then looking at Suncor's dancing up here. We're trying to get over 57.81. If we can do that, then 59.38 comes into play. Then looking at Great West Life, new closing high yesterday, very quiet trading, trying to break out above 50. If we can do that, then 51.56 comes into play. Then looking at Bitfarms, nothing going on there, unfortunately. Then looking at Cenovus. Cenovus is back on a buy signal as of Wednesday's close. Then looking at Sun Life, we're trading water up here, still closing above the upper channel line. Things would change on Thursday with a close below $82.86. We're kind of stuck here to the 84.38 level, trying to hit 87.50. Then looking at Athabasca Oil Sands. Athabasca Oil Sands is back on a buy signal. I will give it that. We're trying to break out above 527. Lots of resistance there. This is a really ugly stock. Personally, it wouldn't be my choice in the energy sector. If you have a particular reason for wanting to buy it, you can see the highs from back in July and August. Those could be a potential target, but I'd rather take something else in the energy sector than that stock. And you can see the pros. Yeah, that's a really ugly chart. If you just look at what the pros and the public have been doing, they've been intertwined for a long time. So, yeah, I'd avoid that stock. Then look at B2 Gold, looking for a close on Thursday above $4.06. Then looking at Air Canada. Air Canada dipped below the lower channel line yesterday. A close below 22.94 would finally get you kicked out of Air Canada on Thursday. Well, since I started this presentation, stock index futures have turned around. It's just the NASDAQ futures that are down at the moment. We've got gold up $20, crude oil is up, and we've got Bitcoin continuing to move higher than what I quoted earlier. So we're just $2,000 away from hitting that $100,000 level. Now, another stock that's in the news this morning is Snowflake, which is up sharply, and that's going to take us above the 200-day moving average, which may bring a lot more attention to the stock over the next several days or several weeks if it can continue to hold above the 200-day moving average. Okay, folks, that's all for this morning's presentation. We've got those job numbers coming out at 8:30 that could certainly change the direction of the market, but so far it looks like not all hell is going to break loose on Thursday morning. You have a great day. Next time you'll hear my voice is on Friday morning.